How to properly use the futures risk calculator on the Chrome extension. Okay, cool. We'll talk about that real quick. So let's talk about risk. Right here we have this Playbit futures calculator. And basically the way that you're going to use this is we're going to choose MNQ first. Okay. Once you choose MNQ, you'll have another decision here, full R or half R. We're going to choose full R because that's majority of the time what the bot's going to take, what you're going to take. Risk per trade. This is the same number that you want to define here. So this number here is the same exact number that you have chosen inside that calculator. You know what? I might as well open it right here. Perfect. So I'm going to put it at 355 to match it, which is my full 1R. One of the last trades that we had had a super large stop loss. Everyone was confused on why their bot took maybe only one contract and they had, so-and-so risk. Well, the reason is because of the stop loss. So if I was to change my risk to 500, you can see I'm still only getting one contract in the trade. It's impossible to enter with a portion of a contract. It's not possible. You can only do that in Forex. So whether my risk was 350, as you can see here, it's still only one contract. If your risk was 250, would it even have took this trade? No, it would have completely ignored the trade. So if you had a risk as 250 or even 275, let's see if 300 works. Not even 300 would have got in the trade. As you can see here, it's not a full contract. So it would not have got into the trade. Let's see what number would have with this stop size. Okay, so about 325, 330. That's, I say, would be the lowest minimum risk that we should be risking to enable that we get in these trades. But that's a little bit higher than the safe 225, 250 suggested risk for 50K accounts. So there's, you potentially miss these trades or you bump up your risk. I'd say if you want to run it safer, just miss these trades. Okay, that was the first one I saw that was that big. Truly a large stop loss. It really is. You don't see that too often. Typically it's about 50 or 70, So at 350, you would have got two contracts. At 250, you have got one contract. Even at 200, you would have got one contract. So if you hit, and let me answer this, if you hit full 1R on this trade with the 70-point stop loss and you're risking 200, you're actually not going to make the full 200 because you couldn't get in the extra contract. You couldn't get that in. So unfortunately, this will answer a lot of people's questions. Well, why didn't I make the full amount? Why didn't I make the full amount? Because based on your risk and based on the stop loss size, you were only able to enter with one contract or two contracts. You see, let's double it to 800, 5 contracts. So you're missing on the 800 risk, you're missing almost a whole contract worth of risk. Technically, that would be a full R. 5.71 contracts to TP would be a full 1R. 5 contracts is gonna get you less than 1R. And that's just how it works because the bot's not gonna over risk you, but it's also not going to, it's not possible to take that extra. So it has to calculate based on the stop loss and only take 5 contracts. It will most likely take profit. That's a good question, Celine. Know more about Trade-Evade override. What would you like to know about Trade-Evade specifically? How to set it up properly? Trade-Evade or Traders Post or Trading View? There's like 3 different ones. If I wanted to pass in 3 or 4 trades, how much would you risk? I'm thinking 800. What size is the account? It's 50K, right? So I do like 700, 750. 800 is fine too. If you don't care to blow the eval, that's perfect. How to mark the chart for a stop loss, just like this. So let's go mark this trade here. Friday was fucking weird. There's this tool here, short position, long position. Now, if you wanted to actually put your own stop loss, you would have to log into Trade-Evade. Okay. I don't know if, yeah, you shouldn't log into it here. That'll be an API connection. You should just log into it directly, and you can actually like edit your order. That's ongoing, I believe. What subscription? Thank you for grabbing that. Where is that in the Discord? I can't find it. So here is where you find your short and long positions. If I wanted to place, you know, it on the trade, all I would do is click it, find the entry, place it there. And then you can adjust it however you like. For these orbs, what I want you guys to understand is the stop loss is the low of the breakout candle. Okay, so I connected my Trade-Evade to Traders Post. Just make sure you bring it back to the 5-minute time frame, Elliot. Okay. Yeah, let's go back. Just like that. So here's the breakout candle. Oh shit. Well, let's do this instead, actually. So the low of it. And then it would be targeting, let's see, that should be 2R right there, roughly. Probably a little bit lower so it doesn't front run it. And then boom, it should have looked something like this. And then you had a partial took here, price topped and then reversed and then stop right there. See how the stop is right at the bottom of the wick? Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. This day was weird. Like, I don't even want to show these. Let's show these ones because that day was weird. Boom. Here's that ridiculous stop one. Breakout candle. Bottom of the wick. Right there. 170, 157 point stop. But it doesn't matter. The bot doesn't care. It wanted TP1. Okay. So yeah, it's always below the breakout candle or above it if it's a short. Is my look back only turned on for one or what? Just no shorts at all. But again, breakout candle, long example, bottom of the breakout wick. It targets 1 to 2R. Yeah, and also remember, like, let's say the bot does decide it wants to take 2 trades in a row, which will typically only happen after it loses the first. If it hit your daily loss limit already, then your second trade will reject on those accounts. Depending on how you set your daily loss limit up, does your daily loss limit just liquidate, or does it liquidate and lock out? What are you asking, Atanas? What happens if the breakout candle is a small one, like barely? Oh, actually, let's go look at this one to answer that. Okay, so look, here was one that I charted. Look how small it was, right? Technically, the trade still hit 1.25R. So this trade actually would have worked, but the breakout candle was so small that it ignored it. And this might have been, is this Monday? Yeah, this was a Monday. So was this that weird day? Not sure. But yeah, look, it's really small breakout candle. It ignores it. Was that holiday? Okay, yes. Was it SafeFlow that took a trade this day? Look at this weird ass shit, dude. What is this? No, you're fine. That's what the stream is for. You can ask as many questions as you want. So yeah, and this is the main bot that we use. That's why I show this one. As far as risk goes, does anybody else have any more questions about how the stop loss affects your contract size every day based on your dollar amount? So the only control you have over this right here, realistically, is this. You have no control over your stop loss. So how to reset your alert. Let's say I want to change my risks from 355 to 340. I do that. I click OK. You see I'm on the Pure Hunter layout, so I need to go to my Pure Hunter 50K alert right here. Click this clock right here on the far right-hand side. Click Edit. Then you're going to see a condition here. Condition. Click this. Now you see I have a new condition right here. You click the new condition, and then you click save, and you're done. Starting out, I would recommend 3 50Ks because you can take, you can get those evals passed. You can speed pass them if you like, and then you can literally take 2K from each within a matter of 30 days. If you use the right risk, it's easier to run up 50Ks than it is to run up 150Ks, in my opinion. Mentally as well. You know, you think you're looking at the profit target and you're like, seems like a long way to go. You just got to use the right risk. So depending on if it's a direct to funded or even if it's just an eval, you're going to treat them differently. So the direct to funded, like if it's a 150K, you're probably going to use no more than 900 risk per trade. And then based off that, you can kind of gauge how long it's going to take you to get that first 3K payout. But I've gotten more than 3K payouts using just a single 50K than in the time that it took me to, do the direct to funded. So, and that was just me because I risked heavy on the 50Ks. I didn't have as much emotional baggage with it because I used 50Ks. They're cheaper accounts. You know, I can throw a 50K at the wall and not feel anything, but throwing a 150K at the wall kind of hurts. So I just throw 50Ks at the wall and I don't feel anything. I will throw 350Ks at the wall, feel nothing, but for some reason throw 150K at the wall and feel something. So for me, 50Ks are better. I've never blown a 50K with the bot, no, but I blow accounts on my own all the time, just throwing them at the wall. Like I'll full port a Bull Knox or another funded, or sorry, another eval, and if I pass it, I'll just give it to the bot. Can you copy trade 3 evals? Yeah, you can copy trade as many accounts as you want. Build the buffer first. Yeah, I do suggest building a buffer first once you get your and it just depends on how you do it. So like you could hold on, where's my text box? Do I have a text box? So let's say you had a 50K account and it's an eval, then you passed it. You did 750 risk, so it took 4 to 6 trades. Because not every trade hits 1 to 2R. Sometimes they hit 0.7. Then you get funded, depending on what firm it is. They have different rules. Typically consistent, 5 days to pay out, whether you have a buffer or not. On some of them, Lucid, you can literally take a payout after 5 days. Profitability. Let me go ahead and check these rules real quick in Lucid. Okay, let's go to my fundeds. You can literally request a payout very quickly. What are the details? So account balance is 51,649. I've already took a payout from this account once, and apparently it's eligible for a payout again. Where do I see that at? Okay, so I can take 6 from that one and 8 from the other one. So you don't have to build a buffer. That's my point, guys. So you don't have to build a buffer for some of these, but just know that you have a minimum balance, and if you don't build a buffer, and you hit that minimum balance, they'll take your funded. So So that's why I like Lucid, and other firms are like that. You can do the buffer, 2,600, and then you hold that, and then I guess take a payout of 1,000 at 3,600. Or you can do your buffer at 2,000, take a payout at 3,000, right? Sorry, 53,000. If you have 5 accounts, that would be 5,000. Yes, this is being recorded, 100%. So there's one method, right? And then you have to take in consideration max payouts from each firm. So you either, your last payout will probably be the max, depending on what firm. I really highly advise just understanding each firm's rules. Let's go to Lucid. Okay, let me make sure this is the correct one. Yeah, this looks correct. And I'll send you guys these, just so you have it for Lucid. Here's your minimums. That's with 5 trading days. Believe they have to be profitable. Very similar to what we just spoke about, with an extra 100 added to it with the buffer. First payout maximum, payout 2 plus maximum. And this is why the 50Ks are so much better. Look at this. This should be double, but it's only 500 more. When I request my payouts, I usually get them like the next day, the next business day. I'm not even gonna lie, they're really quick. Okay. Do I have a calculator here? Calculator. So if your drawdown is 2,000 and then we divide it by 3, that equals 666. Let's get that. Okay. So it'll be, yeah, 100Ks are scams. I just stick with 50Ks, guys. I really do. And if I was to get 150Ks, probably Top Step. I think Top Step has the best 150Ks, if I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me stop doxing my account numbers. Well, look, it's not that it's necessarily a scam. It's that it's just, let's go back to this link for the Lucid, like I showed you here. Max payout for a 50K is 2K on the first one, and on 100K it's 2,500. So you're paying double for this, but only getting an extra 500 on your max payouts. Sure, that it's 3,000 on this one, which is 1,000 more than this one, but still, it's kind of whack. That's why I love 50Ks. Like the ratio that you get with 50Ks beats any other size account. You just run these up. They're cheaper. Sorry, I missed this. The only entries that the bot takes is the breakout candle. Right. The FEG is for revised. Okay? That's for safe flow. Yeah, so for when you go live, that's the only bummer. If you go live with 50Ks, they're just going to give you 150K. That kind of sucks. I would suggest before you try to take, well, it's really random when they pull you live. So I personally would like to get pulled to live with the 150K, right? My problem is if I'm only using 50Ks, then if they decide to pull me to live whilst I'm using a 50K, then it's most likely going to be a 50K that I get pulled to live with. Okay. So at a certain point, I have to make a decision. On when I want to move to 150Ks. Typically, you make that decision after you've made some money with your 50Ks. And you have a little bit extra money, and it doesn't matter. Live is an actual account that so they'll take your balance. Not necessarily anything bad about it. It's that they lock you to one account. Most firms do. Some are doing multi-live accounts now. I think Apex is. But like, instead of, let's say I had 5 accounts with 3 different firms that I'm making money with. Okay, that's 15 accounts. Then all 3 firms move me to live. Now I only have 3 accounts. Okay. So I want to get moved to live with 150s, not 50s. So I make my money off the 50s, and then I'm going to move slowly but surely into 150s and start risking 3 times as much. Or not even really 3 times. You're just going to respect whatever the drawdown is for the 150, divide it by 6 or 7, 7 or 8 probably divide 7 or 8, and then run it just like that. So here soon, I'll be done with the 50s after I make a pretty big payout. I'll set aside, 5 or 6 grand, and I will get 150s only. But right now, I'm still hunting a major payout, so I'm going to do the 50s because that's the best way to start. That's what Akimbo is. Sorry, would it be good to run Pure Hunt on Monday, Wednesday, Friday in Akimbo? No, don't do it on the same account though. Do not do it on the same account. Okay, guys? Please. Anyone here who needs me to go through the bot setup? Like step by step. Please speak up. I've been answering. Okay, thank you, bro. As long as there's one person, we're going to get to that. What's the timestamp on this bitch? Okay. Bot setup. What's the first thing that you need? Obviously, you need the bot, right? Have you purchased the bot yet? If not, we're going to go to WAP. And on WAP, I guess this would be the link. This is where you would purchase the bot. And when you join, make sure you just choose the month and put in your email for WAP. If you don't have one, that's okay. Just make sure you put in yours so they'll create you one. Add the promo code, PlayBot 2026, apply. And, oh, sorry. Wrong one. And you'll get the 150 for the first month. Okay. Now, once you buy it, you're not done here. You need to go to Playbit's page on WAP. So you'll either see it here after you join, or you'll have to search Playbit like this and click the one with the dark background right here. Then, again, this is after you've purchased the bot. You're going to go to Apps, TradingView Bot Scripts. You're going to give it your TradingView username. Okay. Here's my TradingView username here. And I'm going to just take that over here, give it to it, click Set, and click Claim. Then you now have the bots. You can actually go back to your TradingView after you claim it and it says successful, and you can click Refresh right here. And it's going to refresh your page. You can go to your indicators, invite only, and you'll see your bots here. Just like that. Dynamic Orb Algo V10 bot, ILM, and Gold. We're not going to talk about ILM or Gold because both of them are being worked on. So we're not going to do them. They are actually not even working right now, I don't believe. We're only going to do the only one that matters, which is the Dynamic Orb Algo V10. Okay, once those ILM and Golds are fixed, we will let you know. A live account is ultimately inevitable, but it is something that you should aspire to at the end of the day. You know, you can flip evals into fundeds for a certain period of time, and then eventually you're gonna you want to save all your money, bro, and not only have your own personal live account, but you want to have a live account 150K with as many firms as possible. All right, like there's like 15 futures firms, so if you had a live 150K live account with every single one of them, that's a lot of capital. So no, live accounts are not bad. Something that you should aspire to at the end of the day. Because once you're moved to live, I mean, as long as you don't break any rules, you're set in stone. You know, they really can't fuck with you too much. Having one live 150K is like having 3 50K fundeds. Okay, that's why I say you want to have the lives. So let's get back into what happens if you blow the 150K live account. Then you got to restart. You got to restart on evals again, and then go back to fundeds, and then, you know, make your money on fundeds again. And when they want to move you back to live, they'll move you back to live. There's no risk for them in live because it's the money that you made. Well, there's a slight amount of risk, but you were going to take that money as a payout anyways, or they're going to move you to live. So it's at that point. There's really low risk for them. They're not giving you $50,000 on the live account. They're giving you your balance. It's leverage. Okay, so once you've refreshed it, guys, you should see those invite-only scripts. The only one we care about is Dynamic Orb Algo V10. The second thing you guys need to do is go to your TradingView, go to Settings and Billing, Account Settings, and then you're going to enable 2FA. This is important. You cannot skip this. Okay, you're going to turn it on right here. You're going to download the Google Authentication app, Google Authenticator, or maybe if you're in school, you have Duo Mobile. If you're in college, either one of those work. Just follow this process. I cannot help you do this. No one can help you do this. You have to do this on your own. Okay? It takes 2 minutes. And also, if you haven't used these apps before, when you're scanning this code that they give you, you're not using your phone camera. You're using the app itself. Just a tip. The third thing that you need to do, you're still on TradingView, is actually get the Essential plan. So here, click your icon. You see it says Essential. We're going to go to Explore Our Plans. Yeah, the HunterBot trades between this time window here. See where this red line starts? These 2 red lines start right here. 8:45 a.m. Central Standard Time every morning, Monday through Friday. And then let's go to where this red line stops. Okay, so Hunter has a chance to get in a trade anywhere between this time frame and about right here, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. If Hunter is not in a trade by this time right here. He will not enter. If he's in a trade here, he will stay in the trade until he takes profit. He will exit the trade before market closes here. Okay, yes, you just need essential. You do not need anything else. Let's go back to explore our plans. Let's get the monthly. And we're going to get the essential. Okay, this is all you need. This is all you need right here. I'm trying to save some money. Okay. Now, while you're going through the process of buying your essential, make sure you get the $7 CME data. Okay, it's $7. It's the only one that is 7 US dollars. If you don't see it, or if you've already bought it, wrong one, sorry. I'm going to send you the link to buy it now. Here's the link. You absolutely, yes, you need this, even if you have Tradevate and if you're given data from your broker, you still need this. This is for your trading view. And no, you cannot log into your trading view with your broker like this and get your free data. Nope. Okay? Doesn't work like that. We need you to log into your broker here, and then we'll connect via webhook. This stays logged out, and you need to purchase live data from TradingView themselves. That's the only accurate way this is going to work. Okay, you cannot use your prop firm broker's live data. It's not going to work. That you also need it in addition to this, because if I was to go to Tradevate and log in, here's my Apex, let's log in. Subscriptions. See that? I'm also paying for it on my Tradevate through Apex, because Apex doesn't cover it for me. Some firms do, some don't. For whatever reason, Apex has chosen not to cover it for me. So as you can see, I am paying for it. Okay, whether I actually don't know if I am, because it says please select new payment method. It's $12. Just make sure you have it. Make sure that it says active or renews on. Mine looks good. Mine looks good, so I'm not worried about it. My trades have been working, but you definitely need it in addition to CME. You need it in addition. Okay. So you got the CME, you have Essential, you enabled 2FA on your trading view. You're done here for now. Okay. You're done here for now. We're going to go to Traders Post. So you're going to go to Traders Post and you're going to make an account. I have the starter plan. That is all you need. You're going to put in this code here. Whoops. To get a discount from these people. Do not buy any other plan. Do not buy the yearly, because we might be, or actually we are migrating from Traders Post eventually. We won't be staying here forever. Okay, this is a great platform, but we have found other options that allow faster executions and no more issues. So for now, we are staying on Traders Post, and then we will notify you when the change is happening. Here is that promo code N4A20 if you don't already have it. And that's how you're going to get $10 off each month. If you have more than 4 accounts, like Elliot said, you need to buy more paper accounts, or what I honestly suggest is TradeSyncer. And of course, they're having their Sunday maintenance. I like TradeSyncer a lot, but it is an extra fee. So I don't necessarily suggest it unless you want to stay a complete ghost. Right now, none of my prop firms know that I am even using Traders Post or anything like that. all of my accounts are pulling a TradeSync API. How do I do that? All I do is I set up a single lead demo account from my actual personal TradeAvate account as the lead account on Traders Post, and all of my followers follow on TradeSync. I made a video about it on YouTube. It's very, very simple. You have to download the Authenticator app on your phone. You can do the authentication on your laptop. It's actually preferred that you do it that way, because when they give you the code to scan, you're going to pull out your phone, open up the Google Authenticator app, and then point the app scanner, not your phone, not your camera scanner, the app scanner, at that QR code they give you, and then it's going to automatically give you the access. And you're going to need to use that every time you log in from a different device. Don't delete the Google app. Okay, so again, all of your accounts are paper accounts. Even if it's a funded, it's a paper account, no matter what. Okay, unless you actually took your own money from your own bank account and put it in your TradeAvate, then like I did here with this account right here, then it is a paper account. So if you wanted to just keep it simple and you don't mind being on the TradeAvate API for now, you just add more accounts here. And as you can see, when you use this code, okay, when you use this code, it drops your price down from $50 a month to $39, and it drops your paper accounts down from $5 a month to $4 a month. So as you add on more paper accounts, this is what your new price add-on to each month will be. Again, I don't necessarily suggest doing it this way. If you have this many accounts, all you need to do is go make a TradeSync account. Okay, we can touch on that at the end. We got about 40 minutes left before I have to leave, but we'll be done way before then. It's just TradeSync should too. Okay, it will not take me more than 5 minutes to explain TradeSync. It is so simple. So I'm sure you've had time to get your Traders Post account and get the starter plan. Okay, it needs to be paid for. You can start your trial as well. They give you a 7-day free trial, I think. And there's also a promo code up here actually for 40% off. Okay, so go ahead. And also, if you threaten to cancel your account, you should get offered a discount. Okay, so moving on. I assume you have props, because the props are needed in this next stage. So let's go to Lucid, show credentials. I already have my accounts. Here is the login details for my accounts. Okay. Every firm gives you these login details. See up here? Now I'm on Tradeify. View credentials. If I was to go to Apex and go down here to my dashboard, I need to log back in. It would say my credentials down here at the bottom right. Okay, so all of your credentials to log in to your prop firms are on their respective dashboards. Okay, if I go here, my credentials, look, futures, funded futures family, TradeAvate credentials, they're up here. Same thing for every single place. So now that you know that, we can properly log in. If you don't know where to get props, you need to go to the firm discounts page and this Discord here. I just put it in chat, and use code PLAYBIT, and you'll actually be able to save between 30 and 90% on some of these firms. And there's links to take you straight there as well, or you could search it up in Google. Make sure when you're signing up, you're using your debit card or your credit card, your name, etc. If you're doing it in somebody else's name or whatnot, just make sure you're doing it on a device that they're not logging into any other accounts with, And also make sure you're using their information, not yours or your debit or credit information. Everything has to be cohesive. Okay, and next step. Now that you know all of those prerequisites, let's go to dashboard on Traders Post and let's connect the broker. You can skip the onboarding here. You don't need to worry about this. We're going to do all of that now. Once you click Connect Broker, you're going to choose Tradevate first. You always choose your broker first. So I'm going to choose Tradevate first, but if you had TopStep, you would choose Project X. Okay, so Tradevate, and then I'm going to connect my Lucid. So then I can choose my Lucid right here. If you wanted to choose your other prop firms, here they are. Blue Sky, I don't know what that is. Let's go check them out. I hear about these guys a lot. $50K profit, consistency. Doesn't look bad. They're not launched. What do you mean? No, they're launched. 60 bucks by challenge, funded, minimum balance, profit split. Does anyone know about these people? Platform. Tradevate. What's the Tradevate for then? What do you mean? I might look into these guys. Let's go back. So let's choose my Lucid, and then we're going to connect Lucid Trading. Boom. Here's Tradevate. This is what Tradevate's for. Tradevate is your broker. If you were trading manually on your own, you would log into Tradevate or a third party like TradingView and connect your Tradevate, and this would give you access to trade. So I'm going to choose my Lucid credentials, right? Lucid Trading, LTT. These were given to me by Lucid here in the Lucid dashboard. Okay. My password given to me by Lucid in my Lucid dashboard. This is not your prop firm login. They give you these details. I'm going to click login. Now here's all my Lucid accounts. I have 5 and it automatically loaded all 5. You do not have to log in 5 times to load each account. You log in once per firm. No, I have not been moved to live on Lucid. And I don't think I will be anytime soon. So I logged in once and all of my accounts are here, all 5. You can see my 50K funded, 50K funded, 150K Lucid Direct, 50K eval, 50K funded. Okay. How do I know they're funded or evals? Well, LFF, Lucid Funded Futures, Lucid Funded Eval, Lucid Trading Direct, Lucid Funded Futures, Lucid Funded Futures. Okay, LFF is funded, LFE is eval, LTD is direct. You need to understand that. Between each firm, they're different. Okay, so they use abbreviations. Now, the next step would be enabling my accounts. Okay, so I just want to enable them. I have 4 slots, so I'm only able to enable 4 accounts. If I try to enable the 5th one, it's going to want more money. Oops, sorry. Now, you don't have to upgrade your account. All you have to do is add more papers right here. This is all they want. They just want a little bit more money from you to add more accounts. So technically, I would only need to add 1 more, and that would give me 5. I have a credit with them, so they're not going to charge me now. It's going to be free, but it would charge me an extra $4 a month. Okay. I don't want to use my credits. I want my money back, so I'm not going to turn it on. But this is what you would do. I had accidentally bought way too many paper accounts, so I requested a refund. So I have a bunch of credits. But what I do now is TradeSyncer. We'll show you that here in a minute once it's relevant. Right now it's not relevant. I just wanted to show you how to enable your accounts. Let's enable what you can enable for now. If it's only allowing you to enable 3, the problem is we need to go back to dashboard real quick and we need to delete the Traders Post 100K paper account. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. That is trash. Okay, so to delete it, you would click on it like this and then click these 3 dots up here and then click delete. Okay. Let me try to add. It's going to try to add my live again, isn't it? Perfect. So I won't enable my live, but I do want to enable my paper demo. So let's disable the live, disable, and go back. So we can leave that enabled. Let me go back. Ignore me right now. I'm just trying to get my shit straight real quick before I get confused. I see what I did wrong. Okay, perfect. Okay, so here's a Tradevate demo account that I have on my personal Tradevate account. If you want to make your own Tradevate account and use it as a lead, you totally can. Okay? You can totally do that. And that's how I stay a complete ghost. Okay? I am a complete ghost with this method. Now, moving on. Once you've connected all of your accounts, you can see them here in dashboard. The next step would be creating a strategy. Okay? So let's go to strategies and then let's click new strategy. When you click new strategy, you're going to see a screen just like this. We need to name the strategy. So we're going to do pure hunter only. And then we'll do akimbo. So let's name it pure hunt. And then I'm doing this for my 50Ks. You're going to follow exactly what I've done here. And if I don't touch anything, then you don't need to touch it. We're only going to touch stuff that needs to be touched. Systematic, that is correct. Asset classes futures. Don't touch anything here. Leave it as default. Notifications, I only want failed signals. Any IPs. We're going to now go to the bottom right and click Edit Subscription Defaults. Make sure this is turned on. Right here. Both sides. Trading window, America, New York. Allow exits and cancels outside of trading windows. I'll pause here to give you a second to find America, New York. Position size, we're going to skip. Open orders, we're going to skip. Entry, market. You're going to change it from limit to market. And then everything else here, you're going to skip because it's already pre-filled out for you correctly. Exit. Again, from limit to market. And then everything else here, you're going to skip because it's already filled out for you. Please don't touch anything. Retries, none. Now, I've been playing with the idea of allowing retries, but for now, I'll ask Anthony first, and then we'll see. Now, we'll click close at the bottom right. And then here at the bottom left, you're going to click save. Then you're going to click subscribe. We need to choose our first account. So you can choose your first account up here, your Lucid or your Alpha or your Top Step, whatever it may be. And then create subscription. You want to change it to auto submit. It'll be on manual. You want to change it to auto. And that should be the only thing that you have to do on this whole page, because you click that blue button in the previous section and everything will be auto filled out correctly for you. Okay, so just change it to auto submit. And then we're going to go down here to the bottom left, click save, and then click enable. Go back to strategies. Now you see I have my hunter mode strategy enabled on futures to take both sides on any ticker. It's on auto submit, and I have one subscription. What is the subscription? The subscription is your accounts. Your accounts are little subscribers that subscribe to your strategies. Okay, so if you want to copy trade more of your accounts, if you want them all to just run the same strategy, because that's the best way to do it, you should not put more than one bot on the same account, because it will cause entry and exit issues. Or you could hedge. It's really not fun. So we do one bot per account, but you could put 10, 20, 30 accounts on the same bot, and they can all trade the same thing. So let's do that. How do we add the other accounts? Well, we just click subscribe on the strategy that we want to add them to right here. And I already chose Lucid Trading 8. So now I'm going to choose Lucid Trading 9. Create subscription. Auto submit. And again, that's it. Everything else is pre-filled out for you correctly already. Click save, enable, and you're done. Go back to strategies. Now you have 2 accounts trading. Let's do another one. Subscribe. I already chose those 2, so let's choose Lucid Trading 10. Create subscription. Auto submit. Everything else is already done for you. Just click save, enable, strategies. Now I have 3 accounts trading this one strategy. Let's do another. Subscribe. Let's choose the Trade of 8 4 account. Create subscription. Auto submit. Everything else is done for you. Click save, enable, go back to strategies. Now I have 4 accounts. Okay, let's say I wanted to save my last account and put it on Akimbo. We haven't created a Akimbo strategy yet, but we'll do that right now. And then we'll put that last account on Akimbo. So your pure hunter is fully done, and you've given it 4 accounts. We have 1 account remaining, and I will give that remaining account to Akimbo. So let's create a new strategy here. And you're going to follow, again, the same exact thing that I've done. We're going to name it Systematic Futures, and then don't touch anything here whatsoever. You're going to scroll down the notifications. I only want failed signals. Give it your email. Security, any IP addresses. Edit subscription defaults in the bottom right. Sides, both. Trading window, America, New York. Allow exits and cancels. As you can see, we're just doing the same thing we did for the last strategy. Every strategy is exactly the same. The only thing that's different is the name and the webhook. Position size, we skip. That's handled in TradingView. Open orders, we skip. Entry, the only thing we're changing here is from limit to market. And you skip everything else because it's correct. Exit, change it from limit to market. And then skip everything else. Retries, none. At the bottom right, click close. At the bottom left, click save. Then click subscribe. And we're going to choose that last account that I had, this 5th account right here. Click that one, create subscription, auto submit. Everything else is correct. Click save, enable, and then now I have subscribed that last and 5th account to Akimbo. Okay? And like I said before, the only difference, get rid of that one. The only difference between these two strategies is their name and their webhook. Okay? And this webhook is how it's going to communicate with your bot on TradingView, which is the next step. So if you've made it this far with me, congratulations, you are about 75% done. The next and final step is just giving your bot a home, isolating it inside TradingView, like I've done here, defining your settings, your risk, creating your alert, and you're done. Okay? So let's move on to TradingView. Then after that, I can talk about TradeSyncer. For all of you who just want to be a complete ghost, you just want to be a guy or a gal getting payouts, then we're going to do the TradeSyncer method. You still need Traders Post, but we're going to do the TradeSyncer method. Okay. So once you navigate to TradingView, I want you to open up the MNQ1 chart. Okay. Specifically like this. I want you to open up this chart here with a little American flag. Okay. MNQ1, it just make sure they're the same. Okay. As you can see, you have CME, so they are the same thing. Got a little American flag. I want you to click on that and then please go to the 5-minute time frame. No other time frame matters, and you will never change your time frame ever again. Once you go to the 5-minute, your main goal is to always be on the 5-minute. Do never change your layout once we set it. Okay? So we're on MNQ1 and we're on the 5-minute time frame. The next thing that you need to do, go to indicators, invite only, dynamic orb algo V10. We're going to click on that, add it to the chart. Then we're going to exit out of this and you're going to minimize your strategy report. Okay. Like that. I'm going to collapse the panel and you should be able to see your Hunter bot. Okay. It's going to look something similar to this. Maybe not exactly, but it will look similar and we're going to get it fully set up. Okay. We're about 80% done now. Maybe even 85. So now we're here. We're going to save this layout really quickly. Okay. And if it doesn't give you the option to save, all you need to do is just create new layout. I've hit my max number of layouts. So let me delete one real quick. Yes. Let's delete these ones. And then let's close out of this one. Perfect. So if it doesn't give you the ability to save it, all you need to do is just create a new one. Okay. Oh my goodness. Refresh. think I have to delete more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I have way more. You can avoid this issue by splitting your layouts. So I'll show you how to do that in a second. One, two, three. Okay, perfect. So create new layout, finally. And then we're going to name it Pure Hunter. You can give it a emoji so you can help see it, and it's going to open it in a new tab, just like this. Make sure you are still on MNQ1 in the 5-minute time frame. Okay. And if you had to make a new layout, that means your indicator went away. So you can go ahead and close the last page and re-add the indicator here. Indicators, invite only, dynamic org. Again, same thing, minimize. And you should see it just like this. And now you'll have your Pure Hunter layout right here. And then you can click save. Okay. And you should be good to go with that. The next step, let's define our settings and our risk. Drop down right here underneath the American flag on your chart. You can either double click this like so, or you can hover over to the settings tab here and click settings. And then this is what you want right here, inputs. Make sure this stays classic. Let me preface with this first. 90% of this is done for you. 99% of this is done for you. The only thing that we're going to change is our risk in 2 settings. Okay. Who here is on Top Step right now? Is there anybody on Top Step? If you are on Top Step, the only thing that you would need to change right here is make this MNQM26. Do not do this if you're on Tradevate. Please don't do this if you're on Tradevate. This only is for Top Step people. Okay. If you're on Tradevate, you're good to leave it alone. Next step. Okay, and again, make sure this is classic. Next step, let's scroll down. Here's our days. They look good. We're just going to confirm that Tuesday is not checked. Good. And we're going to scroll down to our risk. Classic orb risk. This is the only risk that matters because we're doing classic. See this classic right here? See how this says revised? So this doesn't matter. I could make this $3 bajillion and it doesn't matter because this risk will never get triggered. So I just need to do this risk here and change it to whatever I want. Let's do a 50K account divided by 6 or 7 is going to be around 280 to 300. So 300 risk is really good. I don't know what that was that just happened. 300 risk is really good for a 50K account. It's optimal. 300, 350 is aggressive. Okay. So 300 risk, and then we're good with that. I'm going to leave this box checked, and then we're going to scroll down. Okay. Don't touch anything else. Just scroll down until you see Hunter. What we're going to do is check this box that says full optimized. Make sure that's checked. Okay. Then scroll down some more. Click this box right here, partial TP, and change this from a 1 to a 0.7. Click out of the box and then click OK. All right. So that was a little fast. Let me go back and do that again. Classic. Confirm your ticker symbol. If you're on Top Step, I'm going to go ahead and MNQM26, put that in the chat for you. Scroll down to your risk, divide your drawdown by 6 or 7. Now you have a solid risk, and that's for fundeds. If you want to risk evals, you can do whatever you want, okay? It's your eval. Please don't ask me what you should risk on your eval. That is up to you in your bank account. If you can afford to blow an eval every single day, you should be max porting your evals every single day. That's my answer. If you can't afford to do that, then you shouldn't be doing that. You should do what you can afford to do. So do whatever you can afford to do, okay? It's not financial advice, thank you. although it should be. Enable Hunter partial TP. Full optimized, check that box, and just make sure it's on Hunter. Remember, you're not touching anything else. All of this has been done for you, so we're just gonna make sure we check that box and then enable Hunter partial TP at 0.7. If you want to keep it at 1, that's up to you. The recommended setting is 0.7. Click OK. Now we're 95% done. We have one more step, guys. Just one more little baby step, and that is creating the alert for the layout. So I'll go ahead and save my layout again. I like to keep it saved. And then I'm going to click the alert, create alert up here at the top middle. Condition is the indicator name. Order fills and alert function calls. Interval, same as chart, 5 minutes. Expiration, 1 month. Message. Let's delete all of this inside the message, all of it. Let me go to the Discord and grab the JSON file for you guys. 1 second. You're just going to copy and paste this just like me. And then we're going to name it Pure Hunter. So it needs to look just like this, guys. If yours does not look just like mine, it probably won't work, unfortunately. Sent you the JSON in the chat just now. It's kind of hidden under that photo. Let me paste it again for you. Okay, so once you have this like this, we're just going to click apply right here. And then the absolute very last step, notifications, apps, toast, and webhook, or apps, toast, and sound. It'll say either one. Click it. And you want to check this box here. If you check this box and it brings up a prompt that says you need to do 2FA, then you skipped your 2FA or you forgot, it's okay. Just click on the blue, like there's going to be little blue words on that pop-up. Click on those blue words. It looks like this right here. It's a hyperlink. And then go finish your 2FA. Okay, you will not be able to, you won't be able to finish this until you do your 2FA because this is the last step. So for everyone who has done their 2FA, turn this box on. Let's go back to our trader's post. Let's go to our Hunter strategy right here. Just trying to show you don't need to click that box right here. And then we're going to click edit in our strategies. Go to Hunter and click edit. Then go up here to the top right and click webhook. Copy. Next to the big red generate new button, you're going to click copy. Then bring that back to TradingView, paste it, and you're done. Click apply, click create, and you're 100% done. Now, what you've just done is fully set up your bot. And if you see here, I have a green alert next to 2 blue strategy arrows. And then if you can also see here, my alert is active. Okay? So that's how we know that we did this completely 100% correctly. And you're good to go. Yours should look just like mine. What is the webhook? It's right. Are you asking what it is or where it is? Because I showed you where to get it. Everyone's is different. It doesn't auto-populate. You have to go grab it. So you need to go back to Trader's Post. It does not auto-populate. Okay, so yours is going to look like this. You're going to leave this blank. You're going to go to Trader's Post. Go to Strategies. Find the strategy that we just made together. Don't give it the Akimbo webhook. You want to give it the Hunter webhook. Click Edit. In the top right, click Webhook. In the very, very top, click Copy. Everyone's webhook is individual and different. Paste it, apply, save, done. You're now 100% done. And that's it, bro. Oh, so that's literally it. Does anyone here want to set up Akimbo on a different account? What is the reason for not running 2 strategies on the same account on different days? Well, that's what Akimbo is. Tradecopia or TradeSyncer? I have a TradeSyncer video. I don't have a Tradecopia video. I'll buy Tradecopia and make a video. Okay, TradeSyncer. We're going to go to my YouTube. Go here. Channel. TradeSyncer setup. Here we go. Yeah, after you that 100% done right here, guys, it's ready to go. You can actually close your computer. I could close this. Let me save it real quick. Remember, I like to save. I close this. It's fine. You know, nothing's gonna happen to it. Just don't change your time frame. Don't do that. Don't delete your alerts. Don't mess with these. Just close your tab, close your laptop, and you're good to go. It's gonna trade. Yeah, Akimbo is just pure hunter. Literally, guys, all Akimbo is what we just did, but instead of missing out on Tuesdays, you just add Tuesday for conservative classic. So all you would do is you would make a whole new strategy in Traders Post and call what we already did, right? We called it Akimbo right here, make a whole new strategy. And then you would go back to TradingView, make a whole new layout and do the whole hunter stuff again. But for Tuesdays and you actually wouldn't do the hunter stuff again. I'm sorry. You would do it. You would do that on the first layout, and you would delete Thursdays. Then on the second layout, you would do the conservative classic, and that's all you would do. So it's one strategy, 2 layouts, 2 alerts, and that's how you can stack multiple strategies on the same account, because technically you can take Thursday off of Pure Hunter. It's an option, it's not required. And then now you have 2 days, Tuesday and Thursday, to put whatever else you want. But you cannot put another strategy on Pure Hunter for Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, because that's Pure Hunter's main days, and it typically takes a trade every single one of those days. Yes, we traditionally avoid Tuesday because it has less than 50% win rate historically over the course of 16 months to 2 years now. Actually, it's almost 2 years. And a lot of news on Tuesdays as well, which kind of fucks up our continuation model. It makes everything more choppy and wicky. But in its place for Tuesday, you can go ahead and make a new strategy and put conservative classic, and put it on the same account. You don't have to worry about it if it's not trading that day. You can put another strategy there that does trade that day. That's perfectly okay. No, that's why we do the Sunday stream, so you can be set up for Monday. Is one day better than another to start implementing the bot? I don't know if I'm answering that question correctly, but starting is we do the Sunday stream so you can be ready Monday market open. If that's the way that you're asking it, I highly suggest starting on a Monday, yes, rather than like a Wednesday or a Friday. The 0.7 is recommended, but it is not a must. You can do 1R. Personally, I like to do the 1R, but when we're at these all-time high levels, it's kind of smart to run that 0.7 because Hunter will go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trades in a row, all dubs. So you got 0.7, 0.7, 0.7, 0, times 6, 7, or 8 or 9, and then you hit 1 or 2, 3 R's, 1 R, sorry, you hit 1 or 2 losses and they're minus 1 R, you're still up so much, right? You're only missing 0.3 R across, let's say, 10 trades. So that's 3 R total that you're missing across 10 trades. It's really not that much when you look at it in the grand scheme of things. If Hunter traded more like ILM, where it could go, it could lose 2 to 3 or 4 trades in a row off 1 R, then I would say targeting at least 1 to 1.5 R would be a must. But with this model, it's not because of the way that it works. Not to say that ILM can't have like 5 or 6 or 7 plus trades in a row as winners, because it most certainly can. This is just more probable. Is TradeSync ready yet? Let's go check it out. Okay, cool. Let's go. So I'm going to delete everything really quickly and then just reset it up and then show you all how I use TradeSync. If you've already set up your bot 100% done, you don't need to do this. Okay. Look how many accounts I have, guys. Okay. And I bought more over the weekend, so I have more. I have a lot of fucking accounts. I don't want to put them all on. I don't want to put them all on Traders Post. I don't want to deal with that. Okay, so I pay for TradeSync to have all these extra firms and accounts. So I have one lead. And then, because they don't move everybody to live, bro. And what I'll do, I'm trying not to get banned. I don't suggest this. I'll blow all my accounts before I take my last payout to get moved to live. Or I'll get moved to live and then blow my live account and then restart. Okay? Like if they move me to a live with a 50K account already and I blew that bitch, I didn't want the 50K live. I don't want it. Okay? So if you get moved to a 50K live, great. Take a payout, blow that bitch, restart. Go for the 150. I mean, time is money. If you want to just keep the 50, keep the 50 and do 50Ks across all the prop firms. Get a 50K live across all of them or whatever the case is. I just personally, since they're limiting me, I want the 150s. But let me go ahead and start. Get started. Like I said, anyone with 5+ accounts, you should honestly just be doing TradeSync. You should make your own Tradevate, okay? You should make your own Tradevate account. That's step 1. Okay, if you have 5+ accounts, this is who I'm talking to. Let's make our own Tradevate account. Let's go back here. I already have one. So you're going to click open account. And it's just like opening up a bank account. They're going to want some information, but it's not sketchy. It's all good. Tradevate is super legit. Create an account with them. You don't really need a live account. You just need one of their demos. And then you need data, just like you would from any other prop firm. So you see I do have my live account, but I don't want that. I actually just want to access my simulation. So let's access simulation. And you'll see I had a 50K account, but I went 100 contracts long the other day and I forgot. I did it on stream and I forgot and I woke up to like negative 43,000 or something like that. So I got to reset this account. But and that's free. This is free. But the only thing I pay for here is my subscription. I have market data and it says it's free because I have a live account and I deposited money, but I don't, you guys don't got to do that. Just pay them $12 a month, get the live data, and you're good to go to use this as your lead account. Why am I using a demo Tradevate as my lead account? Because there's no prop firm controlling this. There's no prop firm looking at this. I'm just a guy with my lead account as my demo, and all of my prop firms are followers on TradeSync. Okay? So I'm just a guy trading a demo account at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I'm just a guy trading a demo account. Okay? None of these prop firms know anything that I'm doing because I am hiding behind this right here. All right? They can all get fucked. Now let me modify my balance. 50. You just add that 40 back that I lost. Okay? I wish I could do that in real life. Boom. So that's it, guys. All I'm doing is using my demo account that I made on my personal Tradevate as my lead account. Okay, so let's get all this deleted and show you exactly how I do this. Let's delete everything. This is going to be a bitch to relog into all this shit. So once you get to TradeSync, again, this is for guys who have more than 5 accounts. We're going to add connection. This is step 1. So let's add Apexes first. Demo. Even they're all funded, but I'm still choosing demo. And then it's going to third party you here, just like it did with Traders Post. And you're going to choose your Tradevate login credentials that your prop firm has given you. Go to login, and it should automatically connect it. Okay. And now, look, I have my Apex connected to my TradeSync. And now, see, 0 accounts are enabled, though. That's not good. I want to go to details, and there they are. I want to enable all 10 accounts. Okay, so don't forget to do that. Perfect. Go back to connections. Now I have 10. It depends, bro. How many brokers, how many prop firms do you have between the lot of them? If you have more than 2, then you're going to need the $100 plan. I have the 150. No, not 20. Sorry, not accounts. How many prop firms do you have between the lot of your accounts? If you had 20 prop firms, bro, you probably have like 100 accounts. 5 prop firms. So unfortunately, bro, you're going to need the 150 plan. Okay? And when you get moved over to beta or ClearEdge with us, once we're done with beta and ClearEdge, you probably won't need TradeSync anymore. But for now, this is how I'm staying a complete ghost. Okay. So you're going to need the 150 plan because the $50 plan only allows you to connect 2 connections, which is like Lucid and TopStep, or Lucid and Tradeify. So you have 5 prop firms, so you're still leaving 3 on the table. All right, so you want to be able to connect all of them. So you're going to need the 150 plan. So let's connect another one. Let's do my Lucid now. Lucid, Tradevate, demo, even though they're funded. And then make sure I choose my Lucid login right here and log in. Still recording? Yes, we're still recording. Cool. Boom, Lucid's here. It's connected. It's enabled. But look, we need to turn on all the accounts. Details. Again, guys, this is only for people who have more than 5 accounts. Okay, if you don't have more than 5 accounts and you don't need to be a ghost or whatever, and you're okay with just doing it this way, copy trading your accounts just like this, you're perfectly fine. You're done. You don't need to do any of this. Yes, I'm 100% posting this, bro. This is going on my YouTube right away. Boom, done. I have 15 accounts added with 2 connections. So this would max out the $50 plan, okay? But I don't have that. I can go ahead and add my Funded Futures University and then demo, continue, and choose the right prop, MM. It's connected. Let's add the single account. Okay. And then now I have that one added. Okay, let me go ahead and continue adding. I'm going to finish adding. Some of you might already be finished, but I'm going to just keep adding until I'm done. Funded Futures Family. I have like 5 of those. Tradevate demo. Where's that? Log in. Okay, Funded Futures Family. I have 5. Let's go ahead and enable all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Go back to connections. Now, what else do I have? I have Alpha, Tradefy, continue. Again, turn them on. I have 4 of those. Back to connections, and they're all 4 on. So let's keep adding. Who else do we have? Alpha, Funded. I think that's all my Tradevate. No, I have Tradefy. Okay. Tradefy, Tradevate, demo, continue. Tradefy right there. I think I have 5 of these as well. Okay, sorry this is taking so long, guys. This is, for guys who have a lot of accounts, this is going to be the longest process for you. It's just getting your accounts added and enabled. Okay, so there's that. And then for Top Step, guys, you're going to have to choose Project X. And then you're going to get your API key from Project X. Use your Top Step X login. Click Connect. And that's going to add it right away. Details, I have 5 top steps, so let's turn all of those on. Back to connections. Boom, Project X. Now, I also have some Rithmics. Would anyone like to see how you connect Rithmic? Choose this. Bullnox. Okay. Rithmic. And then we're going to change this to, let's try Rithmic 01 first. And then we're going to use our Rithmic logins given to us by Bullnox. Connect. Okay, so it wasn't Rithmic 01. Let's try the next one. Okay, let's try Rithmic paper trading. Also incorrect. Okay, let's try Rithmic. Actually, let's try Bullnox. Let's just try Bullnox. Apparently also incorrect. It's got to be one of these. Let's try this Rithmic 04 Colo. I don't know what that is. Incorrect. I know this works. I already did it. There it goes. Okay. I had to do it a second time on that Rithmic paper. That's all it was. Our paper trading. Okay, guys. Thank you, JJ. For whatever reason, it didn't work the first time. And then here's all my, I'm not going to add them because I personally trade these. Like here's my fundeds that are active, and then here's some evals. So I'm going to go ahead and leave those off. I just wanted to show you guys how to add Arithmic, but if you wanted, you would just turn those on like that, okay? Okay, that's everything. Now, the next step is let's define our lead here. Set the leader. Who's our leader? Oh, actually, I didn't add everything. I need to add my leader. So lead demo. We need to add that Tradovate demo account that we just created, our personal Tradovate account. Let's add that here. Almost forgot. Yeah, that's it, Jacob. You just make a personal Tradovate account. That's literally it. And you add it here. See my lead demo. Go to details, and it's here's the lead demo. Boom. Account ID, balance 47,000. That's a paper. I just added 40K to it. Turn it on, and this is going to be my lead. I'm going to make this one the lead for everyone, and that's how I'm actually going to stay a ghost. Okay. And make sure you just get that data for $12 a month here. Again, I don't have to pay for it because I put a little bit of money in here, so it takes it out of here each month. Actually, it's free once you put a little bit of money in it. You got to make a little bit of deposit, and then you don't have to pay the $12 a month. Okay. Then it's turned on. Go back to connections, and it's turned on. Good. My Arithmic is off. Good. Now I'm going to define this as my lead. So set leader. Here we go. Let's set the leader account. Let's find it. There it is. Demo. Right there. Change leader. And then now we have to turn on all of the followers one by one. No, the demo is free. You're just paying for, when you create a Tradovate account, they give you a free demo. You're just paying for the live data, the $12 a month for the live data. But you can avoid paying for the live data if you just deposit a little bit of money into a real live Tradovate account. So you would then apply for a real live account with them, a real live futures account, and give them all your personal information. Okay, look, I enabled all accounts. Let's see how many we have. I don't know. It's like 30 something, 1.8 M's, and then they're all added. Okay, let's import our contract. Next step. Okay, guys, import contract. Very, very important. You see, I already have it here, MNQM6, but I'm going to delete it. And oh shit, that just deleted everything. Let's go ahead and import the contract first. That's my bad. MNQM6. Click it. Import. Boom. Here we go. Now they're all turned on following my lead. You have to pay for the data on Tradovate. And this is Ghost. This is only if you wanted to be a ghost on these prop firms. I'm only showing this to people who have 5+ accounts and really just want to stay completely hidden from all eyes. Okay, that's the only reason I'm showing this. Okay, so you don't have to do this if you're cool with just using Traders Post. You're done. Okay, so we imported that contract and you're good to go. You're done. That's how easy TradeSyncer is, guys. That's how easy this is to set up to become a ghost. So I can do a whole nother stream on this later for you guys who just want to put your lead. Okay, so look. I'll actually show you now. Let's go to brokers here. And let's delete Lucid because we don't need Lucid connected to here anymore. For me, okay? For me, because this is my method. Here's my demo, my lead. That's the only one I've connected. That's the only one. I go to strategies, subscription. Let's take it out of here. There's my live on there. Yep, just like it should be. And then here's my demo on here, just like it should be. Okay, so the only sorry, Lev, I don't understand the question. So the only account I have subscribed to that strategy is my demo lead. And whatever this account does, all of these accounts now in TradeSync are going to follow. So the moment that that lead gets entered to a contract, a long, short, or whatever, every single one of these accounts are going to do the same. But on Traders Post, we cannot copy one account for manual trading. Is it only for bot? What do you mean, Lev? When you want to pass your eval, should your leader be an eval too? If you want to pass evals or manually trade something, you cannot connect them to your trade syncer. If it's connected here and you go to try to open it on like TradingView or Trading Things or even Tradevate, it's gonna automatically close your trade if it's a follower. If you want to trade, let's say I wanted to manually trade this account right here, I would have to turn it off and then go manually trade it. How would we lead 50K and 150K separately? You use groups. So you go here to groups, and then we would create a new group. So as you guys know, I have a 150K. Let's say I had 5, okay? Let's just say we would create a new group here, and then we would take our group name and we would name it 150K Akimbo 6 million risk, right? Well, I guess I can't do that. Okay, we don't have to be too excessive, but you know what I mean, 600 risk. So, or even more logical, 900 risk. 900 risk, label it, and then we're going to choose our 150 account. Where is it at? There it is. There's the 150. And we're going to assign it as a leader. And then we're going to go choose all of our other 150s. Let's just say these are my other 150s here. Let's just say, I know they're not, but let's just say. And then we're going to assign them as followers. You see what I'm saying? Boom. And then you would create the group. Now watch this. Turn them all on. Now I have two groups. I have two groups. I have a 150K group and I have a 50K group. And I can switch between them here. Okay? Switch between these bad boys here. Okay? Now, you would go back to Traders Post and you would take that 150K and use that as the lead account. Now, if you have a brother, a sister, mom, dad, you can make a Tradevate account for them and then use their demo account as your lead for your 150K. So you don't have to put your 150K on Traders Post. Are you following me? So you can still be a ghost, even if you're doing different sizing and different risk, different strategies. Does that make sense? Because as of right now, yes, you could put the live as I've done, but you got to make sure that the live has enough money in it to clear the contracts that your followers need. So you would need like at least 1,000 or 2 in it. You see what I'm saying? Like I have like 960. That's fine. That'll clear the account. That'll clear at least 3 contracts. It should. So yes, you could do it that way as well. All right. But personally, and why put your own money on the line when you can just go say, hey, sister, brother, friend, whoever, mom, dad, you don't even got to tell them. Honestly, You don't even gotta tell them. You could just go and make a new fucking Tradovate account with a different email, bro, and just make a bunch of bullshit information. Like you can make it fucking Bob the Builder. You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck, right? Like who gives a fuck at the end of the day? It does not matter. Get a new email, make a new one, use that demo account as your lead. Don't use your money, bro. Okay? And so that's how you would separate. We got groups, guys. Groups. TradeSyncer gives you everything that you need. Let me delete this group. I don't want that. Go back to here. Cockpit. Got this group going. And then my accounts some of those accounts got took off. So let's go back. Let's delete. Let's edit it. Clear all. Clear. Oh shit. Clear. Clear. I'm just going to add all of them except the 150. I actually might add the 150. Fuck it. And then I'll go make a new Tradovate account with like a drop email, bullshit information, and then I'll use that as my lead for my 150. Okay? So I'll add it for now, and then I'll come back and take it off later. So assign as followers, update group. Perfect. So 36 accounts. Where'd my other 4 go? I had 40. Did I not buy those yet? 10, 15, 16. No, it's 36. Okay, I guess I was wrong. All right, does anyone else have any more questions? I'm going to stop the recording here. It's long as fuck.